I wanted to show you some trails in the province of Newfoundland, Canada. Right now there is a low-cost airline called Lynx Airline, which can bring you to St. John's, Newfoundland, relatively cheap, from major cities of Canada and from the United States as well, I think, with connecting flights. St. John's is the biggest city of Newfoundland. All other towns are little. The nature of Newfoundland is very rich and picturesque. The terrain is really mountainous, so there are no flat lands. You either walk uphill or downhill. There is no in between. This path is called Deadman Bay's path. Here you can see this one is called Freshwater Bay. I will show you Deadman's Bay a little bit later. Here, after you start from the trailhead, and you first you descend to the ocean level. Here you can see Freshwater Bay. On the right side, this lake has fresh water, and here you can see I'm climbing uphill. The terrain is pretty technical. So Newfoundland is really like a paradise for hiking and trail running. I saw a book called Newfoundland Trails, something like Hiking in Newfoundland, by Katie Broadhurst, and it contains 86 trails in western part and I think 60 trails in eastern part of Newfoundland. So you can imagine that it will take you years to explore this province. Except of mountainous terrain, you can enjoy the ocean, you can enjoy this green flora, because the climate is suitable for leaves and grass to be green all summer long. The climate is not dry. So when I took this trail, you can see it on the map that I will show you a bit later, that I lost the trail and I had to move through the bushes about 300 meters and climbing a rock. It was quite an adventure. Here I will zoom in. Can you see here that I missed the trail and went about 300 meters out of the trail? That's how it was. And this is on top of the hill after I missed that trail. The province of Newfoundland was inhabited by people for thousands of years, by northern nations such as Innu and others, and then also around 10th century Vikings arrived from Scandinavia and made a settlement here. The settlement was discovered only in the 1960s, discovered and excavated. Here you can see I'm on top of the hill near radio tower. The radio tower is obviously on top of the hill, and after that it's all downhill. So after Vikings, other Europeans arrived at the end of 15th century, and it was Portuguese. They made several fishing villages. Then other European nations arrived, Spanish, French, English, and at the end of 16th century, English took possession of the island, and since then it was a British colony. So the British culture is present on the island everywhere. The lifestyle and culture is similar to Britain. There are several dialects of English language on the island, and many of them you can You can hear influence of British English. It was very unusual for me, as I mostly hear English language of people in Ontario and in Quebec. This trail is located about 20 minutes drive by car from downtown St. John's. So if you arrive to St. John's and if you live in St. John's, you can find many trails within like 20-30 minutes drive or less. You don't need to travel for hours to find great places for hiking and for trail running. Before my trip to Newfoundland, I was told the weather is cold, but I didn't experience anything like that. The weather was like 25-30 degrees Celsius. The weather was hot.